Any criminal activity, by the way, you are driving on the wrong side, you had an accident, not covered by health insurance. You went to the bar, you started the fight. That's why you broke your head, not the keyboard.
You took a policy today if your intention is to claim from the policy. Therefore, I'm taking the policy, then you won't get the claim.
One point you have is that I am diabetic or I do not know if you are and you do not know. So you will take the policy.
So when his agent was at home, he said that when you go to the doctor, because he had sold a new policy, then he said that we will not disclose this now because your premium will increase. So when you go to the next time doctor, just tell that this is how your surgery was done.
So with my Frank daughter over there, what happened was that she got food poisoning. It was getting worse in the US for 7 days. The bill for this entire episode was about 73 lakh in INR.
73 lakhs.
There are many things happening in our body, many bodies we don't know. For example, stone. Pre-exam hernia, piles, fibroids, cataracts are some ailments. You don't need to suddenly go to a hospital or get treated or get surgery for them. It will take some time. So these are called slow-growing illnesses. So they usually aren't covered for 2 years.
So will telling increase my premium? Will smoking be very bad for me? So will my premium increase? Will the beer increase in drinking? There is one nicotine. Hello, greetings friends. When we started this pod, yes, tell us. Then we thought we would always inform you. Yes, we will give valuable things. Today we are going to talk about insurance in the same category. Yes, insurance that is available to only 3 out of 100 people in India. It is, and they are also sitting wrong. Today we are going to talk about everything. Which insurance is necessary? Which one should definitely not take? There will be mistakes, and when hospitalized, what actions, what steps all. After this video, you absolutely won't need to look or understand insurance anywhere else. Because with us today are two very big guests who are 18 guests in the insurance industry and have been proving for more than 20 years. Hi Afishek, hi Gulin, welcome to discuss. Today we are going to talk a lot like essentials we used to be. Bread, clothes, house. And the fourth has become Bima. So insurance, what do we understand about health? Life and motor are what all Indians and audiences will know about. Let's come to motor later and start with health and life. Which of these two is more important? What should I start? I mean, if I start earning today, then what should be that first thing which I should buy first? Good evening.
Yes, so priority of course should be health, because if health gets bad, then you will have to spend it in your lifetime itself. Life insurance, you are leaving for your beneficiary, for your nominee. But health insurance is that if you get sick, then the hospital expense, all your savings go away in one go if you don't have a health insurance policy.
So what does the ideally cover mean? Like if I fall ill today, what average should I take for its health and life cover?
It's very simple. Health insurance is such a product in the entire country that has no linkage. What would you be earning?
Okay, there is none for health.
Even my driver. This may suggest that I should look at a health insurance policy on a cross. There is no link for this because you cannot link someone's income to the hospital treatment they want. I might not be a poor man, but I feel ashamed when I go to Medanta. I don't get the far understanding. Don't give money and don't give. There is no linkage, but the broad level rule, ballpark rule, ideally shut to, because your annual income is as much as you also see in your pocket.
On the
I'll
video.
just say now, if your annual salary is 80,000, you should have coverage of 300,000, but that's not possible. The minimum cover you have to take is as much as your annual income. If your salary for 8 lakhs for your job, then your health insurance covers 10 lakhs. Now, not even this much, then you make a parable.
We are talking about health insurance, which is, yes, if I get sick, then my coverage will be covered by the hospital. What is life insurance? First, they understand it first, then we take its ideal cover.
So basically, if we speak in simple language, life insurance is an income replacement. If I am earning and my family is financially dependent on me for anything, and if something happens to me, then life insurance is the replacement for my income. So life insurance was first explained like a savings plan, that you need to save something. The first thing that came to mind was LIC. You will find LIC policy in every home because it was to save tax, which we call pure insurance. They will only take the premium of your life. It is not a savings plan.
All right. Okay.
You understand the car insurance in a simple language. You pay a premium amount for your car insurance. If there's any accident of the car, a claim comes in that year, then the claim will be paid. If next year when you are renewing, then your premium, you do not have to copiously. Same is the case with term insurance. It is pure insurance. What you are paying is only that premium to cover your life for the likelihood. If it doesn't happen, you won't get anything. There are two types of plans, including return of premium and all. So that's a hot topic. But life insurance is primarily your financial dependence, your responsibilities, children's education, their marriage. There's a family retirement. If the wife isn't earning, a retirement corpus needs to be created. For all these things, there should be life insurance. What if something happened to me today? So it's his replacement life insurance.
And for this, there should be an ideal cover.
There are many ways to calculate the ideal cover.
Go there.
As we said, we don't look at eligibility. So how much should you worry? But in life insurance, it is otherwise. Your income is considered in life insurance. Your liabilities are looked at. So there are different methods. For example, there is the human life value method. There is an income multiplier method, how much you are earning, how many times your insurance should be. If we talk in simple language, after equalizing everything, the life cover you have should be at least 15, 20 times what you are earning.
My eligibility will be checked here. Like credit card, yes. My credit will be checked how much eligibility I have.
You don't earn as much. How can you replace your income?
However, if you are non-earning, you won't
This-
get life
these are-
insurance, you will get term insurance.
You are here to nail it. And it's wise to take a little more insurance from your income, isn't it? This is life. Life insurance, it's somewhat subjective. Well, it will depend on the person, how much he earns himself, how eligible he is. Ideally, as Golin said, it should be 15x to 20x. Okay, we had left the topic of not telling the medical condition in between. There, if we're not telling whether we're smoking and drinking, at least tell that nothing will happen. If we don't tell, he may be able to from there.
For the Adya Vidya Vidya.
And you won't find it in both S.
Keep your journey safe. Health insurance, whether you disclose or don't disclose, anything which is self-inflicted will never be covered. If you get lung cancer, oral cancer, because you smoke, I smoke. So I wouldn't want that. Wouldn't do so well on so much.
Good ever, if you tell, it will happen.
Do whatever you want. Don't tell anything.
Well, that won't be a great.
I drink. I
me.
want a bottle of drink.
Jeez.
If I get liver cirrhosis, then you. Even a decade from now, no one will ever be able to cover your policy. Absolutely. That's why everyone writes big. It's dangerous for you. Cigarette will cause cancer. Anything that happens because of your habits. And if anything happens to your way of life through its why, your criminal activity, brother Gibbs, you are driving on the wrong side. You had an accident, not covered in health insurance. You went to the bar you had marketed, you broke your head, not covered. You have it to pressure line for pressure line.
They're telling what we may or may not tell. There won't be any grave in both cases.
Yes, to tell in lease insurance, not to tell in life. In ALS, whether you tell or not.
If I tell you, will my premium increase? Meaning smoking is very bad for me. So my premium will increase. Even drinking will increase my premium.
There's a certain limit to smoking and drinking. Anything beyond that, the policy won't cover. There is generalization in smoking. Generalization is for 15 tumharun.
Sticks party.
And smoking 1 unit of alcohol in a day. 1 unit means 750 ml in a day. What they will do your abdominal ultrasound and then do an ELF test. If you come out of the liver function test and Abramani ultrasound, fatty liver is great.
So I didn't see the policy.
Paul will not give a good sample. It was very thin. What premium would you be giving? 25,000 rupees. There is a cover of 10,000 rupees, which they were promising about waiting periods after 4 years. It refuses to cover old diseases.
Let me see what's going on here.
25,000, 4,000, 100,000 rupees. And he's saying, take 1,000. Then it is very much, then you can't self-inflict.
Okay. And if I mean in my premium, it's becoming $10,000, not mine, sorry. It's becoming $10,000 annually. If I say I drink, how much percent will it
This
increase?
is not an elderly woman who does not use.
Okay.
Life insurance increases. In health insurance, they keep putting caveat. Will this policy get or not?
If you cross this limit, it's very dangerous, then you won't get it.
They isolate you. They want to be isolated. Excess isolation is a shadow on their support. Alcohol, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, meaning you are taking a pat along drink at drink. There is no problem. If you are smoking even half a cigarette, doing web, then you are a smoker. Kaya smoke until you quit for 2 years because a good perspective catches a man back for 2 years after leaving it. So there's a 2 year cooling period. So if you disclose that I quit smoking a year ago, you'll get the smoking rate.
Good. Only after you left for 2 years.
If you apply for this year later, you will see that non-smoking bed. Clearly, there are smoker, non-smoker rates where I smoke a non-smoker means tobacco use in any farm. Even
Even
if you
then,
are
eating good
that
gurkha.
camel, whatever you are consuming, it's going to be the same. So the premium will increase in life insurance. And what policy will you get in health insurance or not?
No, he is a child. I turned 23 on 23rd May. Maleji, I have taken my insurance today. Okay. Now at 25, I'm going far. Then all of it can be defeated. I'm smoking, I'm drinking. Now I still have to disclose or me. Because the cooling period has gone now. Therefore, now it will cover in my policy. What's the scene now?
In both cases, it's different. Whenever you are taking a policy, the underwriting that we talk about happens at the time of taking the policy and not afterwards. There was a problem that wasn't there before, later diagnosed.
Present.
A lifestyle habit that wasn't there before, which I started later. So Deetas, Vanmadi, Tambi, when you took the policy, that will matter. If I took a policy today, I am a non-smoker. I took term insurance, years have passed, and I start smoking. About which I want to talk about it. Who needs the audience? Who doesn't want to know about the audience?
And it will be covered
That's
if
good
you
for
are okay
you.
with me.
And the second thing in health insurance, like Abhishek said, you won't get a claim even if you started it later. Because it will come under self-infliction. Because of which, if any claim comes,
I am...
so you won't get the claim. Meaning, if a root cause was established, that because you smoked, consumed alcohol, that was the root cause due to which this claim arose, then you won't get the claim.
Then Cleo perhaps twist someone over.
So you're not obligated to tell the insurance company unless you're making some changes. For instance, you took health insurance for 10 lakh. If you're increasing it after 5 years, then you'll have to fill the medical questionnaire again.
Okay. Then
you'll explain to
all
them
risks.
because it can affect the incremental shot, which can't do anything to the one you took earlier. The insurance company, you're saying, give me more cover.
The virtue
We'll say
is-
today we will assess your health based on that. We will increase your cover.
All right. If you keep it the same, then there is no problem. And in such a case, if this is a pyramid, so how much you keep saying yes after so much time? Suppose I take insurance today and start smoking 2-3 months later. So what happens to the
You
date
should be
and
told
stuff?
that the insurance is less. If it's very early and you know you've just taken the policy, it could also be that you are waiting to start after getting the policy or
Okay,
anything.
there.
So you should tell if there is one thing to do, then it shouldn't be too much.
So we live on that much. But it's hypothetical. No one will start in the next 2 to 3 months. Abhishek, even in the drinking thing, what all accidents are covered in drinking? I am drinking and driving. Maybe that won't be covered if somehow my accident happens. Anyway, I'm sitting in the back even if I drink, someone else is driving. And like you mentioned some other accidents, domestic accidents, that was a good example.
If you're under the influence of any kind of drug and you fell off the stairs, you fell on the platform, if you were driving in your car and had an accident, it's not covered at all. Now you're going in an Uber and you're coming from a party and the Uber driver had an accident. So you got 100% covered, didn't you? If you are going for 21.
Okay, fine, Eneke.
Because alcohol consumption is legal in India. The challenge is not just
Hey,
to drink
Jarata.
alcohol, but to drive drunk, fall down the stairs, and fall in the bathroom. This is a troublemaker. It doesn't have a perspective of trouble. No provision in trouble. Thinking drain, unchanging drain, policy drain.
Good morning, Ira. It happens in times when we feel that, yes, this is about to become a disease or something like this. As often in pregnancy, we talked about maternity. So we have an idea that, yes, okay, by this time, maybe they will get pregnant. My wife or anyone else would not have thought of taking insurance at that point. Or there would be some restrictions there too. Didn't think of the idea that, yes, so much came. The company probably decides.
And you feel that something is going to happen, so I should take this policy. See, they are also running a business.
Who-
Even the
who-
vaccination, they also run the business. They will know the issue policy. This way, if you hide, you won't get a claim in the future.
Okay, it's quite probable.
So whatever the situation, if you have done any tests and you put up a diagnostic report, show it to any doctor. There are two types of checks when you take a policy. There is one that you fill in the proposal form. There are all the questions. You have to give the answers in detail. The second is tele-underwriting. In 99% of cases, there is tele-underwriting, meaning tele-assessment. The doctors of their team of the insurance company give a devil call to the customer. The policyholder and all the questions are asked again in simple language. Because there, as you said, are technical terms I didn't
And,
understand, so I
Hanivan?
answered no. But when you are asked in simple language, if you ever had a stomach ache or any stomach disease, for example, you can
Empty.
answer yes or no. So in simple language, Live, we have a 15-20 minutes call. They will call you. On its basis, they will do risk assessment and you get the policy.
Will you drink or
Will the
not?
policy cover you? Or will it apply a waiting period? Like we say that there are waiting periods, there are cooling off
Why,
periods. From
really?
day one, your policy will not cover you.
What is betting period and cooling period?
So you took policy today. If your intention is that I have to claim from the policy, that's why I am taking the policy, then you are not getting the claim. Do you know what maternity is, as you said? Do you know a lot? Are you aware of that for planning? There's a waiting period for it as well. I think my brother might get pregnant this year, so I'll take a policy with her. There is a waiting period. The insurance company will cover me.
What is the waiting period for
You planned
maternity?
it today.
2.5 years. We should take it before that.
So let's talk in simple terms. What are the waiting periods in the policy? The first one is the initial waiting period, meaning you have taken the policy today. You can't claim for me only for an accidental emergency because it's not in anyone's hand.
No, it's
So
okay.
for the first 30 days, you will not have any hospitalization cover except accidental emergency.
Tokyo will
Then
continue.
there is a list of the insurance company called slow growing illnesses, which often occur in our valley. We often don't know about them. Pre-acting hernia, piles, IDI, fibroids, cataracts, some diseases like these which don't require you to suddenly go to the hospital or get treated or have surgery. It will take some time. This is called slow growing illnesses. So usually they're not covered for up to 2 years for this
So
easily.
it's okay for 2 years.
That's why your pre-existing conditions come if you have any illness, or some insurance company thinks that this could happen. So they would put a waiting period of 3 years or 4 years as per policy terms and conditions that we won't cover these things for 3-4 years.
So it's good. What can be said in 3-4 years?
If you have diabetes or hypertension, then any complication related to hypertension will not be covered for 3 to 4 years.
They do for you.
So anything that adds to the risk will not be covered for 3 to 4 years or whatever the pre-existing waiting period is. Then you asked about maternity. So in maternity, because they know this is a clear entitlement, the maternity policy will only be taken by someone who has a maternity claim. The second will be to lie them. They know that a
Pikahal.
maternity claim will come here. They will put a waiting period which can be 9 months to 3-4 years also. So if someone got married today and they want to take maternity cover, then it is advisable to buy a policy today only because there is a pooling of it.
What does maternity cover when we add on or take separate insurance?
We mainly do your delivery.
To the other pastries.
The delivery cost will be covered and also the expenses for the newborn baby. If there is any hospitalization after the birth of the child, that is also covered.
Parvayan.
And the vaccinations for the baby.
Well, Abhishek, when I said that we predict diseases or it won't be as beneficial, I meant we recognize symptoms, not predictions. Also, like diabetes is quite prevalent in India, right? If we look at the Indian population itself, currently, obesity is at 11.5% and pre-diabetic is still at 15.3%, who might have chances of getting it. So when I got the idea that if my parents are 50 plus today, so sometimes there are chances that maybe they also come out to be diabetic or pre-diabetic. So in that case, what should I do? If I am now going to take insurance for them or porting new one. So what will be the difference in both? What will be the first disclosure? Will be necessary, will not be. And how will we know as a layman? Because I also recently from Policy Market when agent came, so he did not ask something special. He did not ask for any tests.
Firstly, you rested the point that I'm diabetic or I don't know. If you are and you don't know, so you will take the policy. So it will not be
Yes.
considered pre-existing. Why will it be considered? Because you do not know. Your diagnosis has not been done. If you
Via
haven't been diagnosed yet. No one knows whether you have it or not. Neither you nor the whole world. So if you've got an issue the day it came up, they've already taken the policy after that.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
If it does good to me, I do good. And now I want to take a policy. There are two instances in this. One is pre-diabetic and diabetic under good control.
All right. What is this?
In medical terms, a pre-diabetic is someone whose test level is called HbA1c. You can also do it. I can do it. Anyone can do it. It's an average of your unbroken insurance number. This is your Gangaraji number. Sugar rules Basakar. If these are sloppy, you are pre-diabetic. If it's around 6.57, then you should watch the devil. If it's reaching 8, 8.5 or 9 and you're taking medicine but it's still reaching, then you're out of control. Good controlled diabetes, if you mathematically cross this, it's within 8. So any standard policy for you, you can get anything from anywhere, from any brand. You will have to pay extra premium. It will be expensive by certain percent than normal life comparison.
Oh,
Now the
to
question comes to rollout control. In bad control, I have already come to insulin. Even though I take medicine here, my HbA1c level is 8.5 to 9. There must be policies for these two. They are called diabetic policies. So some companies provide them. It is totally different. These are diabetic policies. There is nothing totally allergic. This is health insurance. It will cover your diabetes. We will cover Bay1, but its premium will be at least 45 to 50% higher than the normal policy. If a normal policy costs, say, 20,000, 22,000, so this policy is 30,000, 32,000, 35,000 rupees.
Gulin, my friend had recently taken a policy when their age was counted. They were told to go to the doctor because he had sold the new policy. He had said that we should not disclose this now because your premium will increase. So when you go to the doctor next time, tell him when your surgery was. Don't tell at first and then explain the process later so that the doctor, whatever can also ever communication happens between the hospital and the insurance company, your case is considered in it. Don't get this object because then your entire claim will be rejected. So what's right and what gameplay is going on? Why is it going on?
Oftentimes it happens that customs do not get a claim. The root cause of which is many times they do not even know when they are taking the policy. Is this a material fact? Is it necessary to mention, as you said, about the relevance of smoking and alcohol? Many people have a question in their mind. Should we mention it or not? We should. Or many times you forget to tell something that happened in childhood at the age of 3 to 4 years. It could have been critical when you took the policy, you didn't tell.
As per desire.
So at the age of 4 to 5 years, they were diagnosed with tuberculosis. They also did not remember properly. They asked in the family as well. When given the policy, they were 35 years old, so they felt this is not relevant. They did not mention in the proposal form and they asked for policy at the time. He didn't even tell the teleassessment that there was something like this because he thought it wasn't relevant and he didn't remember well.
It's
and no
a
document.
very old story.
And when the claim came, at the claim time, when you filled the form, everything filled in the form, something old happened, had taken some medicine before. So it was iced on TV. Now, if the policy does not mention me, then definitely the insurance company will not give a claim. It was good that the mistake was made. It wasn't nicely told. So there are many people who are knowingly unaware. They don't know what to disclose properly. To the best of your knowledge, whatever you know, as much as you know about your life, about your health, tell it to the insurance company.
Everyone.
So that nothing happens at the time of claims that you have not written in the proposal form.
Stand.
There is a lot of Hindi in travel insurance. So travel insurance.
Started from his doing.
Travel insurance is an insurance which is a compulsory insurance. And here it does to see that why so much cover isn't brought. Then I won't be able to handle you or something happened. And that compulsory cover is just a bare minimum, $50,000 kind of a policy. Because the travel agent sells this like a package, he gives you a policy of $50,000.
Good, 50,000 is okay.
It sounds a lot, 50,000. If you get a medical condition abroad in 50,000, nothing happens.
In thousands of panchas in Ruya.
Nothing happens, diba? It becomes full. There was a case where there was someone traveling and they just spoke to me saying that we are traveling. I have taken the people. How much did you take? $50,000. I said, $50,000 is a bad number. It's very less. Take at least 3 loads of dollar policy. Great. You will be amazed to understand a policy of $1,500 on my range.
Let's go.
Survivor. Cake for trouble of 10 days.
Just show it.
And how much would $3 lakh come with you?
Maybe around 2,000.
For which reward?
How much is being
The
consumed?
man doesn't take because he doesn't know, and he isn't telling the travel agent.
We present this.
So when I went there with my Frank daughter, what happened was that she got food poisoning. The days were increasing in the US. For each episode, a bill was to go for 73 logs for an episode.
Zefun to 3 lakhs.
Put the life view,
And what was the illness?
full boiling knowledge.
This is quite generic. How so? Explain. This is an entree.
It was a very touchy claim. I had hardly lost in two-team murder claim. Do you get a 100 rupee claim? Is there a 100% claim in life insurance? There is only one claim in life insurance, not suicide, within the first year of taking the policy.
Good
You
though
look at suicide
too.
cover up to 365 countries.
After that, there is that too.
It was a murder claim, and it was a good claim. There must have been some mutual animosity in the 6th month of taking the policy. Those people had a hotel business. They took their insurance. So someone has killed. And if there was no marriage, it was a cream of 27, 28 lakhs. She will investigate.
60
will do.
lakhs.
I'm talking about a very long time ago, the year 2005 or 6.
Okay, then that's a big number.
Investigation was done by the committee and then only claim. In the episodes when I was filling out the open form with his wife, which was too much at first, it is a big wrecking burden. Tipakos, how would you know for yourself when you died, where you died? How did you find out? Even the report, the first information report, is getting bigger. We should chat about her murder too. It's a known case of murder, but he didn't plan it, so it will be covered. There are such big cases that we people see.
So what did fascinated? Just as you had said again that the customer should be responsible, he should see, and what he should see, I know I am well educated, meaning he is a good man. He knows what terms are, what should he read, and what parameters he has to learn. Right now, I am going away from your vision. Yes, I don't do commission. I don't want commission.
It is usually a very large policy document. Nobody can read it.
Absolutely.
So we are here to simplify it. What happens in it is that CSR is just one term. When you are going to take a
Okay,
policy, what is the claim settlement ratio?
This
That's a good
happens
point.
to be
CSR
CSR.
is how many claims came and how many were paid. Let's assume 100 claims came. If that insurance company pays 96, then it's 96% CSR. IAIDA declares it year on year. Every
to-
insurance companies, it gets published on the CSR Awards website.
All right.
So this is a parameter that indicates how much an ASAR is. Besides, what are your own needs? What do you want in the product? That's more important. You are young. Do you want to take a policy? So if you need maternity cover, you will take the policy which has maternity cover. Not every policy gets covered. You are a single family, a family of 4, 2 plus 2, husband, wife, 2 kids. You don't need maternity cover. You will not pay for maternity premium. If you needed OPD coverage, you will take the product with OPD or you will take that rider. So first you will choose the product according to your needs. So now it could be anything that what coverage I need. I need pan-India coverage. Say I live in zone 2. I don't live in zone 1 city, not in Delhi, Mumbai or Gujarat. I live in zone 2, but I want my policy to provide me pan-India coverage. I don't want any restrictions, no sublimits. Then I will opt for that policy. So I need to be clear about what is basic in the policy.
If you are completely fit, talking about your first health insurance, if you are completely 100% fit and fine, you don't have any social problems. This is a problem. It doesn't matter if you're 55 or over 60. I'm saying the same thing. It's not because you're young that I'm saying this. If there's a 60-year-old who's completely fit, the same parameters apply to him as well. First thing is a room rent limit. If you go to elaborate much, it will take a long story. Now, because you said that person is smart, let's understand. Room rent limit is a devil that shouldn't be in the policy if there's a surrender value in your policy. You want to do something bad, if you want to do some freaks, it does a lot. As much as possible, do not get any kind of anger in your policy. The lady said that we live in zone 2 and we increase the premium of zone 2. To simplify this, I give an example. I live in Jodhpur, Udaipur, zone 2 city. I bought insurance there. I had to pay for zone 2 premium and I didn't understand. I have bought zone 2, but I run to Bombay and Delhi when I have a big disease. Now, when I approach this hospital, so I have to give around 20% copay because I am filling in Udaipur, Jodhpur, and coming to take the divine answer. This is logical. The 2,000, 3,000 of that copper saved. Its roots have stuck here from 2 lakhs of jewelry. If it gets stuck, then you had a second point. It will not be in the policy. The third largest element, everyone has their go-to hospital. A
No, no,
go-to is
no.
small and a go-to is big. Every person's, I mean, I am saying people who are, I'm not talking about a completely poor man, but rather
Brother-in-law
someone who can afford. There
presenting.
was a small hospital where small things are taken. There is a big hospital where big things are taken. He has a fixation to go to the hospital.
Tala na
So
para
do
tayo.
I. Well, then after that, if there is any specialization, then the matter is different. Otherwise, if it's cancer, then you are coming to Tata Memorial Bombay, then the matter is different. But I am saying generally for big small things, the go-to hospital is covered in your Alpine policy. This third very, very special element, and Seth will have to see in the network hospital. There is not in your viewers tier 2 tin towns, Bomemome, there is not so big problem in Delhi. Zanili, everything gets covered. In a tier 2 town, it's very funny. One big hospital, 3 companies to cover, 3 companies not to cover. Things like claim settlement ratio, believe me, are a bit farsa. Those who don't have solid grip, those who don't have distributors, or those, this has sources. We talk frivolously. I'm not, Madam is working. I've been working for 18 years. We haven't seen any pebble claim declined by anyone. It is not possible. It's impossible. Cannot do it. When a claim is 50-50, it is a problematic claim, then it declines. So there's nothing like this company's claim settlement is bad. There can be lacunas in the processes. Some company is super fast. This is very customer centric. You must be going to the restaurant. There's comfort in eating in a restaurant. Food is served on the table within 2 minutes.
Now, there are various types of life insurance, such as endowment, money back, guarantee return, etc. When you leave it, matlab becomes very confusing again, because when the agent says that you have so much right now, and after 10, 15, 20 years, you will get so much, it seems to Lemon that this is very big. And we think, yes, we choose this first. So if there are flaws in this, what would you do? Absolutely do not take this. Or if you are taking, take it in this way.
If your objective is insurance, which we talked about earlier, then take term insurance. If the objective is to cover life, then term insurance. If you want, absolutely you want safe returns. You absolutely do not want risk on your investments. So as you keep money in the bank, do fixed deposits. Similarly, there are insurance ones as well. In a way, consider it like fixed deposit. All products are all the same. Because every market is the same. Every product comes because there is not a demand for it. People are doing fixed deposits now. It's not like it's cause and effect again. You can find that. What are the pros and cons of both? What are the pros of FD? It gives less return, is taxable. Future fund gives returns, but is risky. Clearly, there are also different types of products in insurance. Whatever suits one, can't take according to that. But it's more for your appetite and for your convenience. If your financial goal says you need some money after 5 years, so you won't invest in a 20-year insurance product, right? Because you need liquidity, you need to look at 4 or 5 things. If those match, you can decide.
Because when a finance influencer, look and guide, we say something like this, that if you are doing ULP, you must have heard of the theory. It's very basic. Get a better term plan and also get mutual farmers. By all means, keep the premium as it is. The big problem seems to be that Indian people don't have discipline. They will take a term plan, but they won't commit to a mutual fund. So I think you are
yes, where you want to force yourself because you're linking with a financial goal and the money of the mutual fund to take this forward. It comes out first when you will need anything even small, because mutual fund is liquid. And you are seeing this is red. I take out today, will come in my bank account. Then I will withdraw. So this concept is good term insurance plus mutual funds. But again, whatever one understands.
To understand.
Parade on life journals. Roughly, you can complete 3 goals in your life.
As it is.
First is life protection. If something happens to me, backup for my family. Second is child's education. Third is retirement. People say generic wealth creation, life insurance cannot happen from the screen. You have to go into equities and, mutual funds for that. Now, when I say these are 3 circles, each circles, there is a bare minimum guaranteed element and a wealth element. Let me explain. It will cost around 4.5 lakhs for the education of both my children. 1 in 4 crore is non-negotiable. I really need this much money, and there is a money that is my aspiration. It will be very good to have this much money. I make do with a generic product of insurance, no matter how much money I need. I'll try to pretend. I'll keep less focus on the lip from later to 1 crore out of 4 crores. I'll try to prevent with guarantee. Why? Let's assume Mr. Modi doesn't get re-elected in 2018. Crazy country. I can't tell from the impact on the market what will be its impact on my pre-child study. Son, you can go to Texas University, but you won't go now because the market is short. there.
Palak
So
video.
I would manage a certain amount. If 4 crores is my total value, then I would manage 1 crore from guaranteed product. It could be a fixed deposit or it could be an insurance product. The nice thing about insurance products, as you mentioned, they don't do psyche work there. They don't do this there. Hey, take it out. You can
Dawn.
take it out. And the remaining 3 crores, I will have to manage from mutual fund equity because if I manage the entire 4 crores from the guarantee, then my premium that will come will be more than
Upar,
sufficient.
please.
If my retirement goal is 25 crores and 250 million,
Does
I will complete the entire 25 crores, 250 million. It can't be made from equity alone, can't be made entirely from 25 crores of guarantee. I have to mix. So I saved that was not Gerline stock. Everything has to be taken in a certain element, in a certain quantum. What's good, what's bad? I think there's nothing which is wrong. You have to do all things little by little.
Well, in India, the two major things that are considered are not getting a claim is not a problem. Not getting a policy is a problem. Because like this, that if I claim today, if I admit 5 lakh and claim for 5 lakh, I will not get the full 5 lakh. Then I also might fight the case. We'll go ahead, we'll argue. I'll do all the things, but if it gives me only 3 logs and I have to carve 2 logs from my tongue, then even as an individual, I'll think that maybe it was my mistake. So next, maybe the same problem happens that we see things when we buy and do not see it. Also along with, if you did not get as much work, if you didn't get as much claim as you should have, we'll make it happen like insurance solutions, and many shocks had also come. So based on that, does Madan Insurance Company also smartly play, as you are saying that they too want to claim? But where do they go and give DCs? And how will we know if we were eligible for that or not?
It's a growth symbol. Those who are fighting, this fight has brought division. Firstly, why? I had a contract with you and I tell you that if you have a problem, I will fully compensate you with 3 or 2. This is a feature understanding issue in the policy. I just don't understand why there's a 20% copay in my policy. I was telling you about the room rent limit if it was discussed that you have a policy for 5 lakhs. There's a 1% room rent limit. Your room rent is 5,000. You give Medicity.
Even y'all,
My math says, I'm not sure, but there's a room of about 10, 11,000 in Medicity. If your field was a room of 10,000 and your room is divided by 5,000, and you say, no, I will stay in single private. I won't go to the general ward or dual share.
I won't even give it.
Far off singing. When the 5 lakh rupees team comes, because you have exceeded by a 100%, it's 50-50 now. 50% was actual, 50% you over exceeded. Now the entire claim will be divided into 50-50. You had no feeling at all. India has 65% market share all over India. Oriental and the third Piash Yuaba. These 3 own 65% of the market share. Due to all their qualities, there is a room rent limit. It is not bad. Why is the movement limit maintained? So that a person does not go beyond their oath and get treatment.
Because yes, their time will be
That
ruined.
premium is cheap, right? That's why you took the room limit. Now you go over your limit. Don't prepay. That's why it is kept. It's not bad. But a person like us, like you, who can afford it, still lives in the roommate policy. And then later on, the insurance company gets scolded for giving me a dialogue in the post-claim. And I had to fill the dialogue. No matter how much he fights, let him go to God for resolution.
So one more thing I want to highlight with room rent is that, just as Abhishek ji said, the room of Vedanta is 11,000 and the room rent limit is 5,000 in our policy. The surf is 15,000 definitions but dead. So all your expenses will escalate. The same doctor, if he is coming into your screen sharing room, his fees and the visiting charges are 200 rupees. As soon as he goes to your private room, will be 400 room, goes to deluxe room, will be 800 room for the same work.
The same doctor will come for the same time. The
price
size
will increase for the sale work. You are getting the service, right? Just like your surgery, the cost of your surgery was 25,000 rupees because you were in a twin sharing room. The same surgery took place in the same time the doctor did it. When you go to a deluxe room or a higher category room, it will be 50,000, 75,000. So your out-of-pocket expenses are not just the room rent difference.
Flyward,
Everything increases proportionally.
Again, time shot will not cover that time.
I do
There
the
is
deed.
no problem with the time shot. The problem is the rent of 5,000 in Rome because your actual was 10,000. So you gave a 100% over exceed. So now both will have a 50-50 sharing. So if the third party claim comes, the Dialogue insurance company will pay. Dialogue talks to
Because
you.
if you are in a 5,000 room, your bill was supposed to
Uh-huh.
increase, isn't it?
You had
You upgraded the
insisted
room,
Blink,
on
blink.
everything
it, I
increased,
said,
or
when
there
you
is little
said-
trust.
The reason you mentioned the choice of policy is why I placed room rent limit at number 1. The debate will give rise to a great increase in challenges that we may face in the next 10, 15, 20 years. We will participate in this change and make it a reality.
And here, no claim bonus also comes in 2 types. Because when we talk about such traditional traits as you were telling, maybe they give a discount in the next premium in the name of nuclear money. The next premium will be 250, 300 rupees less to give. Then do this in no claim bonus and the same some new private prayers double their claim. Always double it. Because if today I buy a policy of 7.5 lakh, if I do not take it, then it will literally become 15 lakh. Which might be a bit shocking for the audience. It's not necessary that you may opt for it. That your no claim bonus will increase and it will cap at 22 lakh as they told me. That if you don't take for 3-4 years, your sum assured will reach by flag. Which is quite good for me because I am paying less premiums. It can be quite beneficial for the audience as well. How do these agents make money? I mean, why do they sometimes emphasize so much on a policy that it is very good? And the next year, they say that it is not that much anymore, upgrade it or port it.
Commissions, Discord own this business. I have been doing this for 20 years. We, as we say, witness a 15% increase in our health insurance policy every year.
I will premium every year.
First, I'll get 25% together. And after that, as long as you keep using Prime, I will keep getting 15% of your Prime. Why does this happen and why does it happen in health and why does it happen in life for 2%? That's why health gets there, because when your mom's diabetic will be bad at 2 o'clock at night and you will call me, then I will have your call in 2 languages. And you have to increase your claim today, process it, and ensure that your claim is clear. If I was proficient, if I am a carpenter plumber, then it creates a world in this.
Halwa.
I don't know what is to be done. My insurance company will contact me. 15% is huge, right? There is no business which keeps giving you one-time effort and lifelong 15%. Which business gives? But he gives because suppose every 100 policies sold health insurance, 6 will undergo a claim every year. You want nothing. I am supposed to service these 6 individuals and manage their claims. We only receive a 2% removal commission on life insurance now. One often asks, it's not a problem.
But that 2% will not be a lifetime gag.
Until you prove it, die. 10-year product, 10-year product. That's a very simple product to service. You buy a life insurance policy from me, you keep increasing the premium, and then you put that policy inside the cupboard. Commission is our right. We take it because then even when you get stuck in a problem, we will send you that day.
It was correct. Sorry, it got a bit off topic. But clearly the agents must be making quite well in India.
People like us, like them, will be making good money. I know such Argentines who earn 5 crore years, even if they don't show up. And they ride in big cars, big bungalows are theirs. But they are not made in such a way that the person who came without the base will stay for life. He is handling with thousands of families and is doing a full life loan with thousands of families.
Long-term commitment. And if some answers come out of us again, it will be easy because customers will understand that, yes, we have to do something like this. What would be the best time to buy insurance? In other words, when should a person buy insurance?
In Furva ka mein jeda hai and Dynasty mere case ka chilla hai.
We are not missing out every day if we haven't taken it yet. And how should we buy it? Which insurance should be first, then again?
Your 7th will be Uppu DG itself, but with the reason for Kaurusha Chani.
Are there any things with which we can reduce our premium every next year, like a no claim bonus gives us discount? I heard something like if you walk so many steps, it will reduce. What is that wish?
There are 4 to 5 companies in India who say if you keep getting beaten and you provide proof of this thing to me that you will stay fit, we just basically gives you up to 30% based on its stub counter on your axle premium. Gives a discount to the started conserved.
All right.
So it becomes a deductible option for sure. If you want less premium, you can also choose the deductible option on Vinol. meaning you agree that I will bear the first 25,000 from my pocket. The insurance company will pay for it. For that, the insurance company gives you a 25% discount. Definitely.
Okay, that means if I take a 2 lakh cover today, I get some insurance, I would say I will pay up to 20,000. Then the insurance company will charge.